Tang Tang never imagined that one day he would be killed by a tiger on the steppe, and he escaped from the lion to survive. The plane took the tiger to the African savannah. After the tiger arrived at the savannah, he did not meet a lion or a hyena but encountered this arrogant man. Obviously, even the tiger did not expect to meet him thousands of miles away. When it comes to the equipment of such a patient, I do not know whether it is appropriate to directly knock down the wasp and subject it to this development. But what is certain is that you will definitely not tease your mouth when making love to Peng Peng. There is still a huge difference between the soft, elegant nape and the wild boar's rough fur. But the tiger still has a way to deal with this fierce wild boar. Just like the situation in the picture, this mighty wild boar is sleeping soundly in the forest. Doesn't the house have a bed? If there is a surprise attack, you have Peng Peng's activation speed. Moreover, this is not nudity. Don't take the tiger seriously. Just look at it. The tiger will pounce on the wild boar and pin the wild boar to the ground. It must be known that the wild boar's explosive power will be stronger than a thunderstorm, but under the tiger's suspicion, the opponent seems to be so incompetent. And in less than a few minutes of sitting there, the tiger, leopard and wild boar seem to be embracing him and biting his neck, like a futile struggle, only with long, sharp teeth from Korea. They can fall off directly. Then we went to the African savannah with such fighting power, and we encountered boars, Peng Peng, and maybe tigers and hunting dogs to see if they were effective. Of course, this is just assuming that he wouldn't be able to fly the plane himself. Professor Liang once conducted experiments in Africa, in which he introduced tigers into the African savannah and the environment and climate of the savannah. Tiger farming is the biggest problem for tigers in the savannah, so maybe seeing a tiger take down a hyena director is probably unrealistic. If you go on holiday to the ground, the lion will never know about your intestines or the giraffe's legs. Under normal circumstances, a good teacher will not mess with you. But in today's situation, a standing giraffe is actually a giraffe that has fallen on the ground, turning into a bad type. Friends of tall people all know that once the water in the large intestine collapses, then standing, how hard is it to get up again? What's more, at this moment there was a male lion weighing more than 300 kilograms on top of him. He was suppressed on the ground. He could never get up. The giraffe's only way out was to increase its fighting power. He made the first attempt with all his might, but it soon ended in failure. And when the lion village chief ended the fight, he couldn't handle it completely when only 2 giraffes could stretch their necks. Long single sentences are very online, and a long-lived person has returned. Then follow the trend, and give the giraffe still trying to raise its head to speak. As for many other things, I draw a 300-pound object that wants to raise its head, under the circumstances of another giraffe. Under the normal circumstances of a male lion, the lifespan of a giraffe can be up to more than 20 years. There are giraffes in zoos that can even live to be 29 years old. If he died today at the hands of a lion, it would be a premature death, but the giraffe has no chance. As long as its comrades 100 meters away can help, the giraffe will definitely be able to survive escaped, and he didn't even have to fight the giraffes and lions tooth and nail. They only have to attain the stature of lions, giraffes and goats, the disunity of the outlaws themselves. Funny, turbocharged, and lion bartender parking spaces are assigned 3 seconds, all of which are unusual here. Or the lion not only locks the accelerator pedals but also removes them. The front and rear bumpers are gone, and you still get here. It is possible that Peng Peng was mutilated. The rear bumper has no problem, but the stubborn Peng Peng can still make loud noises. Or who would have thought that the lion with thick eyebrows and big eyes would also play in front of the door, but would find that being blocked in front of his house was so unreasonable that there was no room for miracles. Is this somewhat unfair to Peng Peng? If this is on a large grassland, it can be said that the lion wants your face to grow in the wrong direction. But now that the deal is done, what more can be said? Fortunately, Xiangxi is still a principal abbot. He must strangle Peng Peng and die before he wants to use the brittle magic weapon. This could be considered the last thing reserved for Peng Peng. At least the handsome face was still there, but the 2 lionesses had no effect on them. They were already anxious to see through Peng Peng's lower body. We'll definitely escape with half of Peng Peng body when the male lion is not paying attention. This makes Leo very unhappy. Damn, I'm so busy that I don't have time to eat the food. You guys go eat a bite, your mouth is full. Besides, the behavior of the lions among the tribe, and the warriors who always have the right to do something, is the difference between the behavior of the boss and that miserable hound. It was not until the male lion threw out 2 darling cubs that these female lions became old male lions. Even if that's a good thing, I want more here. In fact, he behaved much more docilely now as he followed the lion. It seems that these prodigal cubs cannot do anything. If they are beaten by a lion, the lion will be their teacher. Moreover, the female lion still maintains a calm face at this time, silently following the lion's butt, the lioness. Wherever the son goes, he goes. Anyway, following the eldest brother is beneficial, but poor and handsome's Henson only sleeps at home. Now the law is truly a disaster falling from the sky. 2 male lions proudly entered the village, but few people knew that because of their purple recklessness, they almost lost their happiness. The majestic lion in the picture is a Dunanhe. They are 2,000 years old and strong, indeed have enough capital to challenge newcomers, but today they encountered the opponent they least wanted to meet. This is a famous black and white double attack. The dark hero is the chassis of Old Mo and Relief. Old Mo has a bad temper, takes big shots, while the light side is tough and decisive. The boy Adu is still wandering. Fang looked arrogant. The younger brother behind seemed to have smelled danger. He tried to call on the eldest brother in front of him to stop moving forward, but the eldest brother still followed his own path, running around the Lion King's house. The confident eldest brother had someone to do conquering this forest land. At the same time, he also wants to dominate the territory here, including the people here. The prey, even this material loss of the big brother Adu, also begins to smell the address. The Lion King spread out on the ground. Looking at his expression, he seemed to have guessed the situation. Perhaps from the King of Hell's urine, the lion smelled the other person's affairs. His own strength was clearly not enough to deal with the other person single-handedly shake. For his own safety, he planned to retrace his steps. But what he didn't know was that the lion had discovered her and was preparing to attack the Song dynasty. Huawei wanted to know who was so bold, daring to run around on its territory. At this time, Old Mo Lion also rushed in to fight the 4 lions at the scene, and his momentum gradually overwhelmed Adu and Nanhe. You haven't even started fighting the Golden Lion yet and you already want to turn back. But at this time, Adu was still trying to run away. When he turned around, he was frantically pressed to the ground by the military officer and Leo Mo. In fact, Big Brother Adu was not suitable for reincarnation, but at this time he was still young, had not yet reached his peak, and was extremely experienced in dealing with his mother, and did not ask for money. Even better, our duo ran away. Du Xiaoli came back again and wanted to support Big Brother. We didn't expect Old Mo to be so angry and slapped him in the face twice, causing young Duo to run straight away with a buzzing head. Although he really wanted to help Big Brother buy something in Chile, Mo Xiangxi already had a murderous streak at this time. At this time, little brother Adu would die if he thought of the title Hard Steel. Old Mac Hung Thatch even followed little brother Adu's direction. It was clear he didn't want to pass. Luckily, Adu's younger brother ran fast enough to save his life, which also planted the seeds for revenge many years later. At this time old Mo Xiangxi had returned. The 2 brothers were facing brother Ada. Clearly brother Ada had once again missed the best time to escape. He fell into deep despair. What awaits him will be an extremely tragic ending. What more is there to say? He asked for all this alone.